Hey everybody! Alright, let's get started today. My name is Portia Jackson and I am a business strategy coach specifically helping corporate women start their online businesses while they're still in a very busy 9 to 5. And today we are going to talk all about the difference between target market, ideal client, and your niche. And a lot of times people get these three areas confused, but it's super important to kind of understand the difference so when you're doing your marketing, you know exactly who you're talking to, because the clearer you are on who you serve and how you serve them, the clearer it's going to be and easier it's going to be to write copy, to make Facebook ads that convert, to write Facebook posts or tweets or things on Pinterest and Instagram that really speak to your ideal client. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And just to let you know if you enjoy the content that you're getting ready to hear. And I like to keep my scopes nice and bite-sized because I know we're all busy, so this will be about 10 minutes or so. But if you do like it, go ahead and tap on your screen and give me some hearts there. And you can also share with the little Perry dude down there at the bottom with your followers, either on Twitter or Periscope. So I'd appreciate that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So let me start by talking about your target market. So your target market, ideally, well, not even ideally, it is the general area that you serve, right? So for example, if you are a life coach, that is your, a target market would be people who want life coaching. So maybe it's just women or something. Sorry guys, versus your ideal client is going to be a subset of that bigger market. So instead of just serving everyone who wants life coaching, you are now serving, let's say, life coaches, or let's say you're a life coach for women who are suffering from postpartum depression. That would be your ideal client. So you can see how you can start to funnel it down and get a little bit more specific as opposed to just saying, I'm a life coach. Because you could be a life coach for all sorts of people. People might not know who to refer to you and you won't have any business. But the more specific you can get with who your ideal client is, not necessarily your target market, the easier it's going to be for people to know what you do. It's going to be easier to get referrals, and then people who are part of your ideal client will know that you are the coach that's meant for them because they can relate specifically to what it is that you're offering. So for example, if I'm a mom that's suffering from, let's say, postpartum depression, and I see that on your website because that's your ideal client and that's who you're speaking to in your copy and your Facebook posts and your images and the quotes that you use, I'm going to feel more connected to you than I would, let's just say, someone who's just a life coach in general, or perhaps a life coach for, maybe military vets. Like, I might be looking for a life coach, but I'm not going to relate to the person who's serving people in the military because I would be a postpartum or a mom that's suffering from postpartum depression. I'm not. I had a great postpartum period. It's just an example. So that's the difference between target market and ideal client. Target market, broad. Ideal client is very narrow. In addition to that, let's talk about the third part of this little trifecta of your marketing, and that's your niche. And specifically, your niche is the service that you provide to your target market. And so what this means is, let's say there's two life coaches, and let's say you both serve women who are suffering from postpartum depression. One of you might serve that demographic using, let's say, hypnotherapy or EFT or like neuro-linguistic programming, or a certain technique that deals with maybe the mind. But the other life coach might be dealing and helping postpartum women, and maybe they do it using horses or swimming or like physical techniques. Two completely different approaches to serve the same target market there. So, or I should say specifically the same ideal client. So that's one way that you could differentiate yourself. So a lot of time with my clients, I hear, well, there's so many business coaches already, or there's already so many people who are doing health coaching, or there's 1,000 web designers or copywriters. How am I supposed to stand out? Well, now you know two different ways. One way that you can stand out is to narrow down who your ideal client is. Are you a copywriter for everybody, or are you a copywriter specifically for female entrepreneurs? Or maybe you're a copywriter for attorneys, or you're a copywriter for graphic designers. Then, if let's say you're a copywriter for attorneys, do you specifically work with small law firms, those that are just starting out, or maybe that serve a specific demographic? So maybe you are a copywriter for attorneys that specifically deal with divorce and divorce attorneys. Or maybe you're a copywriter for attorneys that deal with paternity issues or something like that. So you have to kind of start to narrow down and just say, this is who I serve, and specifically, this is how I serve them. So that's the difference between your target market. Remember, target market is, you can't see my hands, target market is broad, right, high level. Your ideal client is the next level down, and that's getting much more specific. And then your niche is how you are serving your ideal client. So that's what's going to help separate you in this big sea of online entrepreneurs, is learning specifically how you serve them and who you serve. So if this has been helpful for you, make sure you let me know. You can always find me at PortiaRJackson.com. That's PortiaRJackson.com. And again, I'm a business strategy coach for corporate women who are looking to start their jobs while they're still in their 9-to-5. So I will be back tomorrow with some more business tips, because I guess I should just let you know what my target market is corporate women. Or people who are looking to start online business. That's my target market. I can serve anybody who's in that target market, but specifically my ideal client is a woman who works in corporate America, or corporate anywhere really around the world, but is looking to start an online business and doesn't know where to start. My niche specifically is helping people identify their ideal client and how they're going to serve them. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.